Screen.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And welcome back. We're back. It's the Sports Port. It's Barnes. It's
What's
Tony.
up,
It's Mike. What's
Hey, guys.
going on? I hope everybody enjoyed the new intro because I did.
Yeah,
It was your first time seeing it. What'd you think?
First time seeing it, absolutely crushed it. And, those events off-site, always a great time. And,
Always,
you just
dude.
that's what life's all about. Got to live it up. And prefer,
Welcome
we
back.
missed you, bud. We were asking
Welcome
about
back.
you yesterday. Kind of ironic, organic that
Right.
he happened to say hi. It was
Prefer
so
now. No James Pond right now, dude. Still.
Yeah, prefer. Can you tell us, do you know James Pond? Are you James Pond? Because he said he's from New York. Did he say Brooklyn?
Yeah, no, he just said New York City.
It's NYC. Okay, so just you can let us know. We're just curious if there's any connection between the two of you.
A lot of people in the city we know,
But that being said, I mean, let's just get right to it, Tony. Let's start in the world of Major League Baseball.
Giving chase at Judge, and he dives into the stand.
DeGrom begins the season with an overpowering strikeout of Ronald Acuna.
The wall is gone! Three-run home run! What's going on here? I love it. He drives one to the moon. High, deep, and very gone.
All right, Tony. Number 2 in a row. We're continuing with the trend. Like I said, needed to sweep this series. We did the job yesterday. I mean, it's 7-1, and I hate to take Mystic Houdini credit here, but I said it was going to be 7-2, and I also said he moved to Florida because of the lockdowns. Okay,
wow.
Respect.
Good for you, man.
I was going to say, I mean, looks like Buffer's got some money on his hands. We're always accepting investors.
Yeah, so if you're interested, let us know. Tony, but
He just got back from a cruise. I mean, this guy's living the life.
Breakaway.
The breakaways, the Norwegian Dawn, it's Bermuda, it's the sand, it's the beach bar, it's the buffet, the basketball on top of the ship.
Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Right? What are we gonna do?
Go ahead, Yankees.
But I'm just saying.
But you're prophetic. You're
pathetic.
No, prophetic. One, I would say you are
Prolific?
Mystic Barnes right now.
I mean, come on. I said 7-2. It was 7-1. I said 6 for Montgomery, 5 2/3, and I said Judge and Stanton would homer, 14-1 when they both homer. What do you know? They both homer, 15-1. Yankees win. A lot more to say other than that, but just from that perspective, were you impressed?
From you or from the Yankees?
Both. Just that they were able to listen.
No, dude, I say it every day, dude. I mean, people are listening. Obviously the Yankees listen to our show, dude.
What were they saying yesterday on 97 and 97 that you said, and you were like, we pulled up to your house?
Marcus Simeon.
Yeah.
98.7. They were saying
Marcus
the Yankees.
Simeon.
Yeah.
Marcus Simeon, Corey Seager. Too big of a contract, not really for them. Marcus Simeon, Tony.
And it makes kind of sense that people are listening to us because now 98.7 follows Downtime on Twitter.
Right.
I mean, clearly the eyes are on us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Buffer's following us from New York, from Florida. James Pond, Chokery from North Carolina. I mean, we're all over
We've got
the map.
Uncle Richie in Pennsylvania.
Uncle Richie from the golf course. But back to the game here. So, like I said, 7-1. Monty, 5 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 6 Ks. Gets the W. 3.55 ERA this season. And I have to say, Tony, I mean, Montgomery, I've been impressed with him this year. I mean, I think we've been kind of waiting for this type of season because a lot of this year, I mean, his ERA was over 4. It was kind of good start, bad start, good start, bad start. But it seems like he's kind of really settled in.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I mean, as of now, he's a 3.55 ERA.
Yeah.
Definitely brought it down a lot since the beginning of the season. I'd like to see, honestly, what his ERA has been in the last 2 months, because I'm sure it's even way lower than that.
Yeah.
He's been really consistent. He's been, we talked about him maybe not getting enough run support, which has been the case a lot of times. So I really don't think his record kind of accurately depicts on how good of a pitcher he is. But yeah, dude, I think he did a great job last night. His location was pretty on point. It's the Rangers, this is supposed to be an outing where you do well. So it's, good to see that from him.
And I know as a society, and especially with sports sports specifically, we're obsessed with, comparisons, but
Right.
Does he resemble Pettit at all to you? I mean, left side, not high velocity, but location, grinding it out. I mean, does it kind of make, resemble that somewhat? Homegrown.
I guess the story is there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said, homegrown, but I mean, I don't know. I think Pettit is a little bit more elite.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think, Pettit.
You think he would be able to become like a Pettit level pitcher?
So, I mean, I think if you really look at it, because, we only think postseason, of course, with the core four and all those years, like it was always postseason. But if you look at Pettit regular season, I mean, it doesn't, jump off the page. I mean, decent amount of wins. I think he's, in the 240s or whatnot, but the ERA wasn't that low. And really the outstanding performances, most of them were in the postseason. So
But I mean,
just think, just from a ability perspective.
So, I mean, let's see what happens in the postseason if the Yankees get there.
And Michael, what were you going to say?
Michael?
I mean, wouldn't you rather have that, Andy postseason rather than Andy regular?
Of course. Well, I mean, the postseason at the end of the day is the most important part, but you can't be horrible.
Right.
Regular season.
Right.
But I think Montgomery hasn't gotten the opportunity to pitch that much in the postseason. So we're going to kind of see, but he just seems like he's pitched some big games for them. So that's why I'm confident come playoff time. Hopefully, we get in a division series, a championship series, maybe a World Series that, he could step up, answer the call, maybe in a series where it's tied 2-2, we're down 3-2, we're down 3-1, because that's what Andy Pettit did.
Right. Maybe they get into the wild card game.
I'm pretty confident they are. I mean, they look good now. And you know what?
You're right, dude.
If they do get there, and especially come postseason time, who's going to be a big weapon? Luis Severino. I can't believe we're even talking about Luis Severino, because it seems like he's just disappeared the last couple of years. Finally gets in the game last night. I mean, I was pretty impressed. 2 innings, 2 hits, no walks, 2 Ks, first appearance since that 2019 ALCS, hit 95 on the gun, featured the change, the slider. I mean, were you kind of impressed? I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good first outing coming off of that type of layoff.
Yeah, I think out of the gate, I mean, I think his control is there. He's clearly been working on it. No walks, he seemed to be very calm on the mound. He, exactly knew what to expect, honestly, when he went out there. And to get 2 innings out of him, with really no issues at all is great.
Yeah. I mean, and especially come playoff times, if he can be a 2-inning dominant reliever, I mean, those don't grow on trees. So I think that would be good. But it was funny, and I feel like you could relate from the Syndergaard side of things. Someone, it must have been the fan. I'm listening to a million different sports talk shows, but they're like, oh, I mean, look at Severino and Syndergaard. It's a couple of years rehabbing from Tommy John. And I'm just like, well, that's not really what it is. They have been recovered from Tommy John. They've just suffered additional injuries.
Yeah.
So it's just like, hearing that, I'm like, you clearly don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't follow what's going on, which, by the way, I believe Syndergaard is having another rehab assignment tomorrow, I believe.
So I feel like he's going to make it probably 2 appearances at most this year. But I think they want to get him out there.
They did. It said that they're trying to do one more rehab and then kind of bring him up.
Yeah, so it'd be fun to see. We've missed Thor pitching. The hair, the fastball. I mean, it's good stuff.
The
so
lightning.
We'll see, if he can make it back. So pitching, I mean, it was good. It was what we were looking for. And then, when you look on the offensive side of things, Judge, his 36th home run, 2 RBIs. Joey Gallo, who's really struggled with the Yankees. I think his batting average is in the 160s, but hits his 38th home run, 5th home run in his last 7 games, 6th in his last 8, slugging over 1,000 during that time period. I mean, I don't know if you saw his home run, but I mean, it's just one of those things. It's off the bat. I mean, it's like to right field. I mean, there's not even a question. I mean, I think he could be a big weapon for them if they have, obviously some home postseason games with that porch and right.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think so. I mean, Gallo, I don't know. I mean, I feel like he's been a lot of, it's been a lot of home run or bust for him,
Yeah, so. No, believe me, the other times where he's not hitting the home run, you could picture me getting pretty aggravated.
Right.
Strikeouts and just, I mean, it's like, but I don't know. I guess what comes to mind is that he just has certain pitches, locations that he just really can lock in and hit homers. And then anything other than that, he just doesn't even have a shot.
Yeah, it's ground outs, double plays, flyouts, strikeouts.
But obviously, 38 home runs total this year.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing to scoff about. So you just hope, he does walk a decent rate, but you just hope that come postseason time that he's not going to strike out 4 or 5 times, because there obviously is no room for that in the postseason.
Yeah, definitely for them, dude. Definitely no room for that.
And
Barnes' Yankees.
And then we did have a Stanton home run, and Tony, 118 miles an hour. I don't know if you saw the replay of this.
No.
Right down the left field line. Really probably the fastest home run I've ever seen. It really just jumped off the bat.
Yeah.
31st home run. His last 30 games, 287, 12 homers, 25 RBIs, 625 slugging percentage. That's the Stanton that we've been waiting for the last couple
That's
years.
the Stanton you want all season. And come October, that's the Stanton you want in those 30 in that time frame. And that month, that's the Stanton you need, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's refreshing to see. And it's funny how he's been able to, piece it together, obviously, with this hot stretch, because for a while it was like, can he even hit 20 home runs?
Wow. I know. No, you're totally right. We were definitely ripping on Stanton a lot earlier in the season. But you know what, dude? It's the Rangers. This is what the Yankees should be doing against them.
Right.
These are the games you need to win, especially with the Blue Jays and the Red Sox also winning. Just kind of keep that half game distance between you and the Blue Jays at this point. And then when you do have those bigger series coming up against the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, I think that's really going to be the bigger test for them.
Yeah, we've talked about it, a million times here. Obviously these specific home runs that we're speaking of, came against the Rangers, but these guys, specifically Gallo, obviously hasn't been in the Yankees that long, but Judge and Stanton, all year they've had big hits against whoever it is.
Right.
The problem has been everyone else, and specifically what DJ LeMahieu has fallen off to, but past month, I think he's hitting over 300. So it seems like he's kind of heating up at the right time. But just, what really stands out, honestly, is just Glaber. He's hitting like Ray Ordonez from the power department. Honestly.
So it's honestly sad, really, at this point.
Yeah.
It's brutal. I don't know what his problem is.
And the thing is, I think he has like a 7 or 8 game hitting streak, but it's all bloop singles.
Right.
It's like that doesn't. To me, even though, it's a hit streak, you want multiple hit games, but we're getting bloop singles. It's like, why don't we just have Tyler Wade out there?
Might as well, honestly. Get some more speed in there, better base running, better fielding, really.
It just, I don't know. I would love to see that Glaber, Gary Thorne getting tight, that type of Glaber, but it seems like we're far away from that, especially in the power department.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Like I said, I'm not really sure if it's like a mechanical issue with him or something, or maybe it's just the way he's getting pitched to and he's not adjusting to it. I don't know, but it's just dead in the water.
I was funny. I was talking to someone earlier today and I was saying, kind of reminds me of what Starlin Castro did. Like, he was very good with the Yankees, actually made an all-star team. He hits this against the Orioles, actually, a walk-off home run. I think they were down 8 runs or something, came back at the stadium. He's all pumped, but goes down to one knee. And ever since then, every swing, he's going down to one knee. He's swinging completely under the ball. And I feel like that's what Glaber's doing. He's just going for the home run and not even coming close.
Well, honestly, I feel like that's been the story of the Yankees for most of the season. All of them have been going for the big hit, the big home run. And it's like, just why?
Yeah. It's contact plays, contact plays.
It looks cool, I guess, but
Yeah. And I have to say, we mentioned Wade, just been watching some other random games. I think we were watching MLB Tonight last night. Like,
nice show.
Really great show.
Love the show.
It's, but really speed. It can really be such an asset. I think we're going to see in the next couple of years that kind of come back to the game a little more.
I hope so. I think we've talked about it before. Steal some bases, dude.
Yeah.
I think base running is such like a underutilized kind of aspect of baseball at this point.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people steal. It's just, I don't know. It's people are even scared to advance runners sometimes, Yeah. You see sometimes they're just kind of standing on second, even though they have the opportunity to run a third or something like that. Like, utilizing players with speed I think it would be huge.
And for a team like the Yankees that struggled with grounding into double plays, I mean, the hit and run makes way too much sense. It's not like they're lining out, so you're going to get doubled off. I mean, the ball's on the ground, 50% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope they do that. Obviously we'll see what happens. How about Odor has not even appeared in a game since the Mets series?
It's actually pretty funny. I was thinking about that because I feel like I haven't heard his name in a while. Dude.
Yeah. I mean,
who needs him?
I don't know. I think he's better than Glaber. He would be playing second because we got Urshela at short.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think he's really going to get his opportunity. We'll see. They haven't posted lineups for tonight, right? You haven't got your notification?
As of recently, nope.
I thought
Washington. Relax, buddy. Stop looking at my phone.
Every team's lineup, like you get the notification?
I got every team.
Mets or Yankees?
I got Mets. I got Yankees.
And then who they're playing.
And then,
Okay.
Yeah. At least
good
lineups.
Good stuff.
I try to be informed, when you're.
I mean, I hate, dude. Auditing you, Tony, but I just want to just double check. Feels like, by now, Yankees should have released the lineup.
You hate auditing me.
And of course, they haven't released it yet.
Oh, wow, dude. Look at that. So funny.
But, you got to go Twitter check just in case. Isn't it amazing, too, just like how we've come where, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, especially, it's like SportsCenter, ESPN, ESPN.com. Mm-hmm. That was your main source of, instant information. Right. And now Twitter, I feel like, is the number one place to look.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I mean, it's even more instant than, like you said, ESPN, SportsCenter. Like it's in your feed, constantly getting updated.
It's too easy, I guess, is the way to say it.
Right in front of you. It's in your pocket.
Right in front of you. And, of course, they have not released the lineup yet.
Anything else you want to check? You want to check Tumblr, Pinterest? Maybe they have it on there, dude.
I just don't see it, Tony. when we get the notification, my eyes will be glued
right
to your
here,
phone
dude.
when you're talking Mets. So
I can show you a Snapchat from Mike Theophil. That's really
that might be a good one. That might be a good one.
I don't know if it's family safe.
But moving along here, we got tonight 7:05 series finale. Corey Kluber versus Taylor Hearn. So obviously, the Yankees need a win in the worst way with the Jays and the Red Sox winning last night. Backs against the wall. Kluber did look good last start against the Cleveland Indians. Yeah, that was a Friday.
Oh, that was the game. Yeah, true.
Yeah. And then obviously we know what happened the rest of the weekend.
Yelling at me, dude.
Yeah.
The Friday game that we were watching.
We were watching, Tony.
I don't remember that.
Number one, I know I do this from time to time with these tangents, but just thought of it because you were you were kind of insinuating, I'm loud, I'm talking, at a high volume. Honestly, number one thing that I get annoyed about is someone trying to tell you, like, you're talking to them or whatever, and they're like, you're screaming this, that, and it's like, they just don't understand. Some people have a soft voice, some people have a loud voice. That's just part of life. Tell me that I'm wrong.
I think you're kind of wrong, dude. I'm sorry.
Michael.
I agree with
I got to tell Mike sometimes in my apartment. It's like, midnight, 11 o'clock, and like my roommates are sleeping, and he's just screaming. And I'm like, dude.
First of all, my mother's loud. Okay. So inherently.
So is my mom.
You're loud
my
too.
Whole family.
You're loud.
But I can be quiet.
No, yesterday, this is so hypocritical, Barnes.
Yeah.
Yesterday, we're in a nice Autobahn society. There's a lot of people in the parking lot.
Okay.
We're going for a nice nature walk, and all of a sudden he starts screaming. Like, at the top of his lungs, dude.
About?
No. It wasn't. I just got,
excited.
Got hit by Matt, and I was just all hyped up off of this delicious Uptime that we've been drinking.
Yes.
So I was pretty, riled and energetic.
All right.
And I felt good. And I think Matt gave me a little to the side. So
okay.
Okay.
Joey Greenwood is correct. My mom is louder. Yes.
He doesn't know my mom.
My mom.
He doesn't know my mom.
My mom. He knows my mom, and my mom's the loudest person ever.
I think so.
Now, would you say, like, am I in the upper echelon as far as like volume?
Yes.
Above average. Yes.
Above average at number one, or there's like Michael's mom, other people, or like I'm in the top 5, I guess you could say.
Buffer knows you can't take Tony anywhere.
Well, you know what, dude? No, that's such horse shit. All right, because I can be quiet. You should have seen Mike the other night, dude. I bring him to a nice restaurant on Staten Island, nice, quiet Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
Old school, dude. You know,
The
like
one you were telling me about.
yeah. La Fontana,
Okay.
great place.
Yes.
Go there all the time. Delicious food, great atmosphere. It's very like old fashioned Italian. Fucking like that's it, dude. All right. And he comes in and he's like, all right, whatever. Looking like a doofus as always. But we're sitting there. He just goes, hello, in the middle of the fucking restaurant. There's like old people like sitting there, like eating food. He goes, I just love it so much. Like, dude, what are we doing here?
Now that is a little absurd.
No, it is. It was very absurd. Thank you, because it was absurd.
I feel like though we are talking about two different things, just because Michael's excited in the moment, certain things happen. But like with me, for instance, like I feel like that's just my tone. Like it's like a little different. Like
I wouldn't say all the time though. I feel like you have a range.
If we're talking about the Yankees on a 5-game losing streak,
It's like
we're
up there,
and then you kind of work your way down depending on the situation.
Yeah.
So just
But I mean,
kind of
what kind of setting are you being told that you're being too out in? Are we at a funeral here, or are you like
I'm
at a
just
bar?
talking about over the course of my life. I've heard it from all angles, basically.
Were you the kid in class getting people in trouble because you were talking too loud? Couldn't whisper to people?
Not talking loud. If anything, back in the day, especially the nervous energy, like I guess you could say the giggles way back, like middle school, elementary school. Ever happened to you? Ever go through that period of time, like you're in class?
You just can't stop laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
In class? I don't think so.
Michael's had it, I feel like.
So much.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it's almost uncomfortable, but like you can't stop laughing.
And it was tough.
Wow.
Luckily, I've rebounded from that.
Thank you,
he's the most
Buffer.
civil
I
out of
really
everyone on the
appreciate
show.
that.
Buffer's number one fan is Michael.
Yes,
Before
I think he
Is
like
Michael's number one fan.
I think
back
he
on the
loves all of
cruise
us.
ship, all right.
Um,
He loves you.
But you know what it is, Tony? The reason I mean that it's just like it's natural, almost organic in a way, because it's like for me to like know that I'm not talking too loud, I have to like really like hone in and focus on it. But if I'm just talking, even though I've heard it, I know it still happens.
And you get tired of people to tell you you're loud?
Yeah. Tell me what it would be more annoying for you. I know it doesn't happen to you, but people telling you that you're too loud, or you're telling somebody, and then they go, "Yeah, you told me that." What's more of a pet peeve?
Yeah, you told me that, I think.
Isn't it always like?
I'm like, so what, dude? Just
Yeah,
hear it again.
It comes off very like strong.
Yeah, like, all right, bro, my bad for talking to you. Trying to have a moment and experience.
I think we're gonna have to do a pet peeve segment at some point.
I think we will too. Bigger pet peeve here. People telling you you're too loud, or people telling you you're eating too fast.
That's right up there. Eating too fast.
Which one is more though? Come on, which one's worse?
You know what? Honestly,
I feel like the eating too fast for you, Barnes, would be more. I feel like it happens more in your life.
And I feel like it's easier to like really
Eat too
hone in.
fast?
No. to like talk softer if you're like really, but eating. I don't know.
Eating, I'm with you on
eat
eating.
the way you eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course,
Tony doesn't
we've
understand.
Seen you shovel down a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, of course I do. I mean, I have, but then it's time and place, Barnes.
Joey Green would definitely do a pet peeve episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will do that. So interesting to get people's feelings on these type of issues, which
Right.
I mean, these thoughts come across everyone's head,
Of course.
But back to the game here. Kluber, after struggling, his last couple of starts, like we said, had a strong start last time. Hearn, not much of a track record, nothing that pops off the page. I mean, no reason why tonight can't be a repeat of last night.
Wow, talkers are that bad. I hate spitters and close talkers.
I have to agree. I think number one, close talker, like arm on the shoulder,
Ooh.
bad breath right in your face. Tell me you haven't had that coaching. So you're one of your coaches from any level, any sport. I mean, you had to have had one.
No, yeah, definitely. Arm on the shoulder is like a little much. I don't mind a close talker. I would probably say I think spitting is disgusting.
Honestly, there was a couple people in high school that would be big arm on the shoulders.
Really?
What's going on? It's like, what are you doing?
I mean, every so often, if the situation
I'm
calls
talking
for it, dude. Like
multiple times a week.
Before every third period.
That's when you spit right there. That's what's going
Spitting.
on,
I mean, spitting like
Spitting like, well, today I'm gonna probably go to
like
the
that?
dentist.
Yeah, I mean that's ridiculous.
I think
But also,
spit for no reason.
but also, some people, have excessive saliva. Can't help it. So
Yes.
you feel bad for those people.
You know what you do with that excessive saliva?
Swallow it.
Just swallow it, dude.
Oh God.
All right.
Jesus
I think
Christ.
we're off course.
Get a
enough here.
napkin, spit into a napkin, throw it away. Don't spit on the floor. And then I fucking walk on that shit. And then I track your spit in my home, you dumbass.
All right. So what I was saying, Tony, though, I expect a similar result to last night. I want to hear what you have to say first before I give my exact score.
No, I would honestly, Kluber, like you say, has kind of come around a little bit. Again, this is a game against the Texas Rangers. I really don't think he should have an issue against their lineup, especially since he's been kind of gradually getting better. I would expect him to continue to be on the incline here. And then it's tough. I really can't see anyone besides the usual suspects, kind of scoring here.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe like 5-1, 5-2 Yankees win.
Yeah. And I don't know, because I mean, Chapman didn't pitch yesterday.
Right.
Off day tomorrow. Is it almost better to have, no matter what the situation is, Chapman pitch today, because we've seen long layoffs? It's the high wire.
No, absolutely haven't pitched today.
Yeah.
No
matter, even if it's 10-1.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Put him in there.
Yeah, because I think, he pitched fourth day in a row, and he probably had his best. Third day in a row, and he probably had his best appearance in a month.
Oh, Renee, ha.
All it is a ha. Like
Yeah,
there's no response to
good morning
to like what we're
love the
saying.
show,
Your
guys.
opinion on the pet peeves. Like,
Anything, Renee.
Give us something, Tony.
That's organic.
That is organic. So is it 5-1 or 5-2? You
Yeah, come on, Tony. Like
5-2.
5-2. So
5-2.
Chapman
Chapman save, 1 run maybe.
1 run. How could he get a 1 run if it's 5-2? Because it would have came in, it would have been 5-1 if you get him a run. So I would get the save.
Oh, good point. No save.
No save.
Can't do it.
Okay. Michael.
10-2. Let the good times roll. 3 straight going into Boston, baby.
Tony, I'm just saying, there's all eyes are on you this weekend in Boston. We need some big wins from you, buddy. So
I'm going to try my best. I'm going to go there. I'm going to represent the Yankees. I will probably get spit on. And
I don't think your ticket would apply, but I haven't checked Boston weather, but I know Friday here anyway is supposed to pour. So I just wonder if you're going to be possibly part of a doubleheader, which you'd probably be tight, because then your game would only be 7 innings, or were you only planning on staying 7 innings anyway?
3.5. No. Honestly, I'd be
No.
I mean, more baseball the better, dude.
Something.
So
Renee seems like she's like dipped into like Uncle Richie's wine.
Oh my god. Possibly, dude.
Oh, it's funny.
I mean, I guess I can see what she's doing and say something. Give us something.
Give us something. There's something.
Yes.
Spelling error. Lose all your credibility. You're out.
You're never gonna make it.
So I'm
hope
gonna
it's not a rain delay,
I'm gonna
dude.
say
Yeah, that'd be tough. You didn't even think about that.
I'm gonna say it's gonna
Doubleheader?
be tonight. It's gonna be the
Too
same score.
Too much base gag.
It's gonna be 7-1, and I actually think
7-1 again.
7-1 again, and I actually think Glaber's gonna hit one out. I don't know. I think he's tight. If he's in the lineup, if he's not, Odor will hit one out because he's due. Read it off, Tony.
He's due.
Read it off, Tony. All right, let's go. Your New York Yankee lineup has been submitted as of 3 minutes ago now. Batting first, third base, DJ LeMahieu. Second at first base, Luke Voigt. Third at DH is Aaron Judge. Batting fourth at right field is Stanton. Fifth is Gallo in left. Sixth is Torres at second base. Seventh is Urshela at shortstop. Eighth is Higgy, being your catcher. Batting ninth, and your center fielder, Brett Gardner.
Yeah.
And Cooper.
Oh, it never gets old hearing that name and seeing Barnes' face when they say Brett Gardner.
I just like, even though, I mean, he is better defensively.
Yeah, if you mess up once, you're done.
He's talking to Renee. See?
Oh, yeah.
Joey agrees.
Renee, you're done.
Higgy, just how bad he is on offense just gets me tight for some reason.
You'd rather have Sanchez.
I guess
You're out of your
just because
mind.
he hits more home runs.
So what, though? The guy's a loser. He's a liability. And does he really hit that many home runs as of late?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he just hit one the other day.
All right, so
He's got 22 home runs. I mean, for the catching position, 22. I mean, that's got to get you in the top 5 to 7, you would
I
think.
guess. But when you think about how good Gary was,
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not. Yeah. And then the defense, obviously,
is not there.
But in all seriousness,
Idiocracy.
if you were the manager, how would you divvy up the playing time with the catchers?
I would definitely start mixing in Higgy more now.
Yeah.
Especially if Sanchez continues to decline and it becomes more of a liability, you're going to want to play Higgy in the playoffs.
So you're almost saying like playoffs, possibly every other game, and then if Gary has one bad game, almost like just start Higgy every game.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I like the mixing it in now, especially just to see what he's kind of presenting. Because what if he comes out hot and starts hitting dingers again, like he did at the beginning of the season, and start performing better, I mean,
yeah. And it's such a slap in the face to Gary, but obviously deserves it. Like, let's say, they get into the postseason series. I mean, it's like, how would you argue with putting Higgy in starting in the 8th inning every game? So there's just like no costly pass ball towards the end of the game. Like,
yeah, I guess you couldn't really argue against it.
Yeah. Do you think the way he sets up has anything to do with all these pass balls, like the one knee thing?
I don't know. I don't think so. Because I mean, I've seen catchers who are down on one knee react quicker than him.
Right.
So I mean,
the CBD, is that what it is?
I don't know,
Michael.
Maybe
Michael.
Maybe it's the other
stuff.
the sister plant.
But it's just
yes,
it's just frustrating, especially because with the layoff that we've had in terms of even appearing in the World Series. It's just like these little mistakes. I mean, there's no room for him. There's no patience for it. So
no, especially at a position like catcher, dude.
Yeah, it's like,
come on,
your defense is what makes you a catcher.
Yeah,
otherwise, why would you be playing catcher?
Right. Pass balls, come on, dude.
Yeah, so
can't tag someone at home. Come on, dude.
And it's funny too. Like, it's like you're kind of, because they don't have a third catcher on the roster right now, so it's not like tonight, for instance. It's like, okay, you're not getting runs, and then it's like it's a close game or a tie game, and then you're going to pitch it Sanchez, and then he's behind the plate for the ninth. I mean, I know it's not like, oh my God, he can't catch an inning, but it's just something you have to worry about that you shouldn't have to.
That's what I mean. Exactly. Having him in there is a worry. Barnes is going to be worried if Sanchez is in there in the 9th.
Yeah. So, obviously we want to win tonight, and then we need some help from the fellas across town, as well as the fellas in Tampa Bay, Tony. So, let's go over to the Mets. I mean, you basically screwed us last night, but let's hear it. What happened?
I didn't do anything, dude.
Not but the Mets.
I mean, like, welcome to being a Met fan. You want them to win and they lose. Like, what do you? Come on, dude.
Now you know what it's like.
But I'm just saying, walk me through it. I saw some of the game. I mean, what happened?
I mean, it's the usual stuff, dude. It's a lack of offense. Stroman wasn't.
Guys left on base a lot.
Yeah, guys left on base a lot, as usual. Bad base running.
Alonso.
I know it really wasn't Alonso's fault, dude. It
was Gary D'Arcina.
Gary D'Arcina, yeah.
What team did he used to play for? Position, team, nothing.
Pretty sure he was first base. I don't know for shortstop.
California Angels. That's how long ago it was.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not a bad third base coach.
I mean, clearly he needs some cataracts or something. I mean, he was waving home like he just knew, he knew Alonso could make it, dude. I've never seen someone wind up like that.
I mean, Phil Nevin definitely did that.
Yeah.
I forgot what exactly it was, but I just remember a certain situation this year.
Yeah, me too. I remember talking about
it was like it was scary. It was definitely
it was.
The ball was just over the infield turn, and he's rounded third.
Yeah. Dude, it happens. You know. I mean, it's tough too because it happened. It's like Alonso obviously isn't like the fastest guy.
Yeah, got smacked in the head.
He isn't the most graceful runner, So it's like, honestly, it looked like Alonso was tripping up even before he was at third base. Really, I don't know if you saw, but it looked like his weight was like pushing him forward too much, and he was like kind of doing like one of those, like almost like losing himself forward. So I mean, it might have been like a mix of like not good runner, bad call by the third base coach. But it was that. It was Kevin Pillar just letting a line drive go over his head and outfield. Like I think it was It was off of Verdugo. Just like really should have been like a routine line out, and he just like totally misjudged it. He like took like 3 steps forward, and then just like realized that it was gonna be over his head, and it went past him double. Like, it's a 2-out double right there. I mean, and then they ended up scoring 2 in that inning. And it's just like, I mean, it sucks for Stroman, obviously, because he didn't pitch like a horrible game. He lasted 5 innings. He'd give up 7 hits, 4 earned runs, like 2 walks and 3 Ks. So like, not his best outings. His control wasn't really great, and it was weird too. Honestly, I feel like all game he was leaving pitches over the middle of the plate, but almost getting away with batters not swinging at them or swinging just under them. You know, like so he was kind of making those mistakes almost the whole game. Really, it was just a matter of time until when the Red Sox would capitalize on them. So yeah, dude. I mean, that's tough, dude.
This does nothing.
No, yes, it does
to do with what you just said, but I just have to say this. And if I'm repeating myself, you could do the rude. You already told me this, but I feel like I haven't told you this. John Sterling, all of a sudden, I've listened to John Sterling on the radio calling Yankee games for over 20 years. I've never heard him use this phrase. All of a sudden, he just out of nowhere, he's saying multiple times a game, high and tight with the fastball.
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear to God, dude. How ridiculous is that? Like, he hasn't said it in 20 years.
People are watching us, dude. People like us.
Yeah.
They want to be us.
People steal our shit, dude. High and tight to boot.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's really we should really get a list going of the
trends we started.
Sport isms, I guess you could say.
The stolen valor, dude. Really is what it is.
Because I mean, there's got to be. I mean, we're at least in the 20s, I would say.
Yeah.
Phrases.
Absolutely, dude.
Organic. Obviously comes to mind as one.
Oh my God! The second somebody drops that during a game,
we know
it's
official.
We gotta start suing.
Yes.
And I know I'm bouncing around here, but I have to say this too. I was so pumped to hear this because we talked about this. So I was watching. I was in the office and I had on the TV version of not Carton, but Boomer and Geo on CBS Sports Network, and they were actually talking about Adam Sandler, how they like him in the serious movies, like Uncut Gems and stuff, but they're like, I can't do the all pop, 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 pop. Like they were like cracking up hysterically, when Boomer Esiason gets going.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, but it was just so funny. Once again, something that we've talked about, and it's like they literally get going on for a couple minutes.
And honestly, I think it's a little ridiculous. I hate people who say that. And honestly, I find that a lot with like, you are the bloodline, stolen phrase. From
who?
Actually, from your. Oh, no. Never mind. I thought you said it originally, but you are.
Barnes losing a little bit. All right. Anyway. Kind of lost myself a little bit there too. But anyway, I don't know. I feel like people are like, oh, don't take the Adam Sandler. Honestly, I feel like that comes a lot from sportscasters. I feel like they don't like. I feel like sportscasters, a lot of them, like the hardcore, like radio hosts, like they don't like comedy. Am I wrong? Honestly, I think a lot of them can't stand.
I don't, but you know what it is, Tony? I think it's a middle ground. I don't think anybody's quite, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm like so unique or whatever, but it's like I don't think quite many people are like me that it's like literally like no tolerance for it whatsoever. Like they have stuff that they think is funny, like the Austin Powers stuff. Like I'm sure a lot of them think
you don't like
funny.
Austin Powers?
Gold member, dude.
Have you seen the first 2?
I don't know how much I saw of Goldmember, but I saw enough to never watch another Austin Powers movie again. Let's just say that. I
mean, I would say Goldmember is probably the worst one. Still funny, but I mean, dude, International Man of Mystery. Come on, the first one is so funny.
But the point I'm trying to making is what you're saying.
Yes. I guess no one is as extreme as like, you. You're extremist.
Nothing. Like, nothing. Not even a chance. Like, just no. So just thought that was ironic that they happened to talk about that this morning.
So anyway, yes, back to the Mets, dude. I mean, it was. I think they struck out 10 times as a team. 12 men left on base. The Boston. I think Rodriguez. I mean. They scored 2 runs off of him, right?
Right. They were up 2-0.
Up 2-0, dude.
Alonso
looking pretty good. Anyway,
Joey Greenwood Barnes is missing out.
He is missing out, dude.
Respect
Joey agreeing with Tony.
Joey.
Respect the Tony Barnes.
Classic moves.
You know, the bullpen came in for the Red Sox. They really held it down. And, I mean, at that point, you know, like, they score 6 runs, the Red Sox. Like, I mean, the Mets average still, I think, is like maybe 3.7 runs a game.
Yeah. So it's
over, dude.
Your back's against the wall
It's
at
over.
that point.
Yeah.
Over.
And I just, when I was looking up, you know, the games tonight, the matchups, and I saw tonight,
It's over tonight.
10, Taijuan Walker versus Chris Sale. I cringed, Tony. I cringed because thought, you know, you guys can help us out, but I just don't see the path to victory. I mean, Sale, long layoff, 2.40 ERA this season since coming back from Tommy John, 4-0. I mean, this is the type of nightmare matchup. I mean, the only thing that gives me hope is sometimes you look at stuff and it seems so easy. That's what's going to happen. And then it doesn't. But nothing points to the Mets winning this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Red Sox really have been winning games. They should be winning all season, you know, against the not so good teams, unlike the Yankees, really, which I think is what kind of separated them. But, I mean, in terms of Chris Sale, I mean, it's pitching matchup is extremely lopsided, I think. Taijuan Walker, I mean, huge drop-off since the All-Star break. We've talked about it. I'm trying to see if his ERA right now is a 4.27. It's his second highest in his career. His highest since 2015. I mean, it's tough, dude, because, you know, he's talked about what his issues were, and it was all about, you know, like he's burnt out, you know, from the hard first half of the season.
Right.
He thinks it's just about pitching selection. I mean, honestly, I think his key to winning this game, to having a good outing, is not fucking throwing sliders over the middle of the plate.
Yeah, that would help.
Because it happens every time he's out there. Every time.
And just to really, you know, back this up with some numbers. So first half of the year, 2.66 ERA. Second half, in his 7-3. Second half, 0-7. 7.04 ERA in 11 games started. Are you kidding? 45 runs in 55 innings.
I think his last scoreless start was back in May.
Seems like it was April.
Is there any pitcher that you've, you know, recall in
AJ Burnett,
that All-Star break and then boom?
AJ Burnett,
All-Star break
2010. You know, so he won Game 2 of the World Series after the Yankees lost Game 1 of the Phillies, and stepped up great ever since that point.
No, but I'm saying like All-Star
record.
weekend and then drop off.
Oh yeah. No. I Burnett. I don't know if he made the All-Star team, but I mean it was same thing. And I'm trying to think of other guys. Oh man, there was someone else on the Yankees too that Javi Vasquez did the same exact thing too. All-Star 6.7 ERA. And
I wonder what it is.
I think it is getting burnt out. It has to be, dude.
Yeah,
because there's really nothing else I could think of.
And
it's not like he got paid midway or something, you know, where those guys that get lazy or whatever.
And the sad part is, I mean, you look, you know, July, absolute train wreck, 9 ERA in 5 starts. August, you know, 4.15. All right, maybe, you know, we're finding our way back. And then this month, 3 starts, 7.63.
Brutal.
Yeah. Is there anything like split stats though that really tells the story of a full season, especially for pitchers?
Yeah, no, I don't think anything else, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it's great material.
Stats.
I mean, I probably said this, and I will say it again, Tony. I mean, especially, you know, back in the day. I mean, hours just stat to player, just looking up stats. Did you ever have a period of time like that?
Back in the day?
Yeah,
like
baseball stats.
12 years old?
Yeah.
No.
Michael, were you ever heavy on Basketball Reference with stats?
Like going deep into different...
like not like crazy stats, but more just looking up a bunch of different players' stats.
Oh yeah,
of
course.
It's just,
I don't know. I wouldn't say there was like a time where I was just like all over it, but there would be like, I'd be like watching a game, I'd be like, like I would
wonder what,
and then I would dive a little bit, but it wouldn't be like, you know.
Right. But even now, for instance, like, you know, you're watching the game and they talk about something that happened in 07, 06. Oh, that guy. I forgot he was even on the Mets.
Oh, yeah, look him up. And, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So just stats are a great thing, honestly. I really, really love diving into the numbers. And I think baseball stats out of any other sport are my favorite stats. Most interesting.
Yes.
Most categories, totally right. You know. So really kind of cool. So but I mean, do you buy into what I'm saying here as far as Sale? I mean, it's been, quite the return that just almost law of averages do for a clunker. I mean, I know the Mets aren't the clunker candidate, but just the fact that you can't just light it up every appearance,
You think so?
Well, I mean, otherwise wouldn't
I would have
go
to
20-0?
I would honestly have to disagree. I think if anything, if Sale was ever to be lit up, it would have been if he started this Friday against the Yankees.
Yeah, because they have the hitters.
Right. I really can't see Chris Sale having much of an issue. Talking about Walker,
Joey Greenwood appreciates
Stats, baby.
Honestly, some stats play, dude. It really does play for baseball.
Yeah.
But you talk about stats. Back to Walker, 5 of his last 8 starts, gave up 3 or more runs. I think he's gonna get hit often and early tonight. And I think Sale's gonna be relaxed. He's gonna have the run support. I think he's not gonna feel much pressure. I think he's gonna be on the ball. And dude, I think the Mets are gonna lose. Score 7-1.
7-1. Wow,
7-1.
That's
dude.
organic. Before I get to me though, I'm just kind of curious. You mentioned the slider over the plate with Walker. If you were his pitching coach, his manager, what would you recommend? Like, what do you see that are his strengths that he should focus on more and use that as a strategy to get out hitters?
Honestly, I think he should throw the fastball a little more. I feel like I think he throws it around like 30% of the time. And for the most part, I think like he uses that heavily for his strikeout pitch. Is his fastball, because I feel like his location as of recently has been most accurate with his fastball.
Mm-hmm.
I say throw that first pitched fastball, get the batter, behind in the count real early, and hopefully you can maybe pitch around him a little bit. Yeah, dude.
And where else does he feature besides the slider?
He's a sinker, changeup, 4-seam.
But those pitches you're not.
No, changeup he rarely goes to. 4-seam as well. He really does sinker, slider, fastball.
More dangerous pitch, the slider missing location or the changeup missing location?
I would say the slider.
Yeah,
maybe, because even if the changeup misses its location, you can still have the batter a little bit on his heels, because maybe he's thinking fastball coming or something. Right. Slider, he may be able to see it, and if it's over the middle of the plate, I mean, I feel like 80% of the time, dude, it's gone.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, unfortunately, Chapman, the slider.
Yeah.
I'm really going to go out on a limb here, Tony, and I think this is the first time ever on the history of the sports report that you have picked the Mets to lose, and I am going to pick the New York Mets to win this game 1-0.
Wow.
Pete Alonso, go-ahead home run in the 9th. Diaz slams the door. Walker, 8 strong. 14 strikeouts. Pumped. Lock of the night.
I think I haven't heard that in a while, dude.
Yeah, that another thing on the phrase, dude. On the phrases.
Yes.
Michael?
I'm with Barnes on this one, but it's not going to be 1-0. It's going to be 6-2. Your New York Mets. Alonso Lindor solo home runs, and Walker goes 7 innings. 10K, 2 hits.
Wow.
I mean, this could be an entertaining game.
Yeah, it could be, dude.
Honest take care to our fans, our bloodline out there. Are you watching this game tonight?
Of course I'm watching this.
All right, no, I wasn't sure if you're like,
no, we're definitely watching.
I always watch, dude.
Yeah, but if 4-0 in the 4th, you're out or no?
We're watching. We're switching to the home run derby on PlayStation.
If it's 4-0 in the 4th, I'm definitely way less interested. Maybe home run derby. I'll watch it on my phone a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone top of the 1st, bases loaded, no out, don't get the run in, you're done?
Honestly, never. Top of the 1st. Come on.
I know. And then an important game for the Yankees here in progress right now. Blue Jays, Rays, bottom 3rd, 0-0, bases loaded. And we have, Yandy Diaz up against Ross Stripling. This is a very crucial situation in this game. And this is honestly, even though the 3rd, the 1st, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, you got no outs, the bases loaded. I mean, it's funny, like, even though you would get in a run, you still have another out, but like a double player, like that's, short to second, whatever, it feels like a loss for you.
No, of course, dude. But I don't know, man. I don't think Yandy Diaz is grounding out into double play.
No. I mean,
Oh, there's no outs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Like,
so,
to
I
get
mean,
one, but it's like, no, you gotta get a double here. That's how you really get an inning.
Nice bases clearing double.
Yeah, so would be a big help. If the Blue Jays would lose this game to the Rays, Stripling. I mean, 4.45. I mean, I'm not really worried too much about that. Merriweather.
I was gonna say Merriweather started.
Who hadn't pitched since like April, I believe. And then you got Patino on the other side, for the Rays. So let's see what happens, Tony.
Yeah, man, we'll see.
And then that's really what we got baseball wise. So hopefully Yankees and Mets win, as well as your Tampa Bay Rays, and we'll be home sweet home from there. So that being said, we got a couple random topics here. First one of my all-time favorite, especially shooters, role players.
More so in NBA, not college for me.
Absolutely. J.J. Redick retires after 15 seasons. I believe he's 37 years old. What a career, honestly. What a career, Michael. I mean, give me something here.
I mean, you go from college, highly recruited player in college because of what he did in college, but really didn't have much hype going into the NBA. Just thought, he couldn't defend in the league, or he's not strong enough or whatever. But I thought he found his role in the league these last 15 seasons by being a 3-and-D player. He did become a good defensive player, which allowed him to start on big teams, you know what I mean, throughout the years. Never won a championship, but was in the playoffs every year except for last year with New Orleans.
Yeah.
Or 2 years ago with New Orleans. So, good career.
And especially
great podcast.
Great podcast. And I believe 6th overall pick. Was it 6th or 9th?
I think it was one of those. We could look up real quick.
But started out, it seemed like a bust, Tony. Like, you win the
Orlando.
Naismith, Orlando Magic. You win the Naismith Player of the Year. 11. Okay. 11th pick. And you're expected, to have a nice career. And then, he's buried on the bench, bouncing around the teams. Mm-hmm. But I think his career 3-point shooting percentage, 42%. I mean, you talk about accuracy. And just a guy, and honestly, I was hoping the Lakers were going to sign him.
Yeah.
And any chance, Michael, you could see LeBron convincing him?
Maybe he did retire just to get out and then comes back, like
Ray Allen.
Yeah, exactly. Before the trade, whatever it is. The
4-0 Rays, 3-run homer by Austin Meadows.
Nice.
After a sac fly by Yandy Diaz.
Nice.
Let's go. Continue, Michael.
Austin Meadows, you said?
Yeah. Austin Meadows.
That's I do think if anyone can, it's him.
Yeah,
Austin Meadows.
Yes.
But I don't know. I know I get a little ridiculous sometimes, but I just feel like Redick could still play for 5 years.
Yeah, no, I feel like he's just like
tired.
He's got a good show. He's got a good thing going on. Like, he's plugged in. He's played a whole career. If he really wanted to win a championship, I guess he would stay a couple more. But clearly, he's over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see him going, if he's going to go between the two routes, more down the media route than the coaching route.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Maybe if Coach K was not retiring, he would join the Duke staff, but
imagine.
Yeah. So
this next fucking news you got is dope, dude.
Dude, Mike was pumped.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Lakers working out Monta Ellis. And Michael, I don't have it in front of me. Is he 6 years out of the league? Is he 7 years out of the league? It's been a long time for Monta Ellis, former All-Star with the Golden State Warriors.
I was telling Tony, Steph Curry before Steph Curry in Golden State.
Yeah, and just an app driver too. Not so much, everybody's
a shooter,
shot maker. I call shot maker.
Yeah,
like he when he wasn't known as a 3-point shooter, but he gets hot. You're not stopping him.
So I guess the Pacers, but I'm sure if we looked up split stats, probably didn't play too many games in 2017.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, he was a guy, one of the top scorers in the league back in his day, and it just be quite the story if he could make this Lakers roster. They just keep go.
Why don't they go for Isaiah Thomas?
I would love to see.
Why not?
And I
Golden State's heavy on him. Apparently, he's at their practice squad and stuff.
What do you think the hesitation is for any team to sign him? Like, I just feel like by now he should be signed. He dropped 80 points or whatever it was. And
yeah. He looks good. I don't know. It has to be a team. I don't see him fitting in Golden State. First of all, I don't know why that's even happening unless he's backing up Steph. But I thought
Kind of
they
like
had,
a Sean Livingston role.
yeah, but
I
except
forgot who they're back up.
2 feet
now.
short.
Yeah.
than Sean Livingston. I don't know. I want Monta. I would actually really like him. I know I'm a Knicks fan. I'd like him as a backup
Yeah.
to Rose.
I mean, offense off the bench, good mentor.
Yeah, because Quickly plays more of that 2-point guard, like shooting guard, point guard role.
Right.
It seems like
Right. And you think too, possibly the hesitation with IT is that, he was once a star in this league, and
you know who should sign him? Boston.
Yeah, you do it right.
Do it right.
Stevens,
Yeah,
and the
make
front
up for the
office, yeah.
mistake you made, and give him a nice contract, a nice 1 year, guaranteeing if you perform next year, we're going to sign you to a 3-4 year.
And I wouldn't be surprised too. Maybe he doesn't want to sign a non-guaranteed deal. That could be why it hasn't been signed.
True,
because
it's a good idea.
He was before that hip injury 1 year away from $100 million.
Top 5 in MVP voting that year.
Yeah, I mean, you familiar, Tony? Heard his name, or more familiar with him than, let's say, Thaddeus?
Yes, obvious. Yeah, of course.
You remember what happened with Isaiah?
Are you a
No.
fan?
You don't know what
of
happened.
IT?
I'll tell him
hip
what
injury.
happened. No, so Isaiah Thomas, he had a hip problem, but it wasn't like he wasn't playing. And it was the playoffs. His sister got killed the game before, game 6, and he played and dropped like 40-something points, wins the game. Very emotional game. They lose the series. Supposed to get a $100 million contract, and they trade him for Kyrie. Cavs don't sign him. Out of the league. No contract. Now trying to get back in the league.
Jesus, dude.
I know.
For what reason exactly? Were they afraid that the hip injury would be worse?
Yeah. But
he was playing
clearly,
on it.
Yeah, he played
Doing
on
well.
it for them. And then the night before his sister got killed,
Right.
murdered. And they didn't sign him. They traded him for Kyrie, who then left them.
And destroyed the locker room chemistry.
Literally destroyed that team for the next 5 years.
And then it's weird, you say the last couple of years, like, why hasn't he just stuck with the team, played a lot? And then you would say, oh, maybe, they're doing him a solid, not releasing that, just really his hip isn't good. But it's like, if he's dropping 81 in that game.
And that's like professional players.
What's like wrong with his hip?
Nothing. He had hip problem and he had to get hip surgery.
And for
Like a
an
replacement
athlete,
or
yeah, I think it was a
resurfacing?
Yeah. But it's like, for an athlete that pivots, rotates.
He's small.
The hip isn't, and that's why A-Rod towards the he had 2 of his hips operated on. I mean, that's why he's all arms. He couldn't rotate.
The loser, that guy.
Right
Hard to
femoral actibular impingement with labral tear that knocked him out of the final few games of the playoffs. His career was never the same. Thomas was the 3rd leading scorer in the NBA in 2016-17, averaging 28.9 points per game.
What do we have? I just want to see this. Isaiah says Celtics didn't reveal a long-term risk. Click on that. Just want to see what this
Bleacher
what we got here.
Report.
Anything. Oh, so he's saying that they didn't tell him he could make it worse by playing. So I'm surprised there hasn't been a lawsuit.
Right. That's kind of fucked up.
Man.
If they said it was just a bone bruise.
Yeah, I mean, and how about
Hip resurfacing procedure.
hip resurfacing? But talk about hips. A-Rod, he sued the team doctor, claiming he ended up dropping the suit because I guess
What did they say? They gave him steroids and shit?
No, that they basically literally that the Yankees president Randy Levine went in the operating room and told them to mess up the operation purposely.
Oh,
that's literally
God.
what he said.
What with what proof?
None. That's why he dropped
no,
it.
it was just ridiculous. I mean, think about it. And right after these allegations came down, when he was suspended the full 162, he appealed. He went on Mike Francesa and just did the whole I never, and then and he had
did
that interview. I think Peter Gammons when he was way back, and he said he never used steroids. And he just completely full of it. Obviously,
That's
Wait, no, I thought A-Rod didn't.
come on.
That was a good imitation.
It's I mean, I know it's hard to put a number on it, Tony, but no steroids for A-Rod. I think he ended up with 696 career homers. How many more home runs do you think he would have hit?
No steroids?
no steroids.
Because his body broke down, you're saying?
Yes.
That's a tough question, dude. I don't know.
I say the same thing about
Maybe, like-
Bonds too.
Yeah, really, dude. How much did you end up with? 6 what?
696.
400.
Really? More? Yeah. Okay. Jesus Christ.
No. Honestly, I really would. I don't know, dude. That's tough. Maybe he would get to like 750,
But
like a couple more seasons. Like honestly, though.
But I just think you have to keep in mind it wasn't like the last 2 or 3 years he did nothing. It was from 2011 to 2016. He misses the whole season in 2014, and he had the 133 home run season in 2015 before they released him in 2016. He went 16, 18, 7, no season, 33 and 9.
Right.
I mean, you double the 16, the 18, you triple the 7, you triple the 9. I mean, you definitely would be the all-time home run leader.
Yeah.
And then you have to keep in mind it wasn't on the steroids, so those last couple of years wouldn't be that difficult. I mean, I think he easily could have hit 30 home runs every year in his
It was on
sleep.
the steroids. Maybe he doesn't hit them as hard.
I don't know though. Like I just
That's what I was saying
That's
about
why it's so
Bonds though
tough to,
too.
like, dictate.
Bonds
Like, I
was
don't
good
know.
before the
Like, yeah,
roids
his
too.
body
Was.
wouldn't break down, but would he be strong enough to keep ripping those home runs?
Well, and I think though the difference is with Bonds. I mean, he's hitting 70 home runs and he's 37. I mean,
Right.
A-Rod took these steroids in his mid-20s when it's like you don't need
Yeah,
steroids
I
in your
know.
Right.
mid-20s.
I know. It was so stupid.
And he
dude.
never hit 70 home
Yeah.
runs. I think the most he hit was 57 or something. I mean, somewhere in that neighborhood. So just kind of interesting. Obviously, Tony, hypotheticals, kind of like we were going over yesterday. We will never know.
I want to say your worst hypothetical yet.
Why.
No, it's just like a loaded question.
But I feel like
There's
it's
no way to
more-
really dictate. Like,
Well, there's no way to know, but it's
Right.
just a guess. But I feel like also you're saying that because you just hate A-Rod, which
And the Yankees.
hard to blame you
I
for.
don't hate the Yankees. I like the team.
So you hate A-Rod. you never.
I don't like
That's like
A-Rod,
saying you'll
dude.
play it by ear, dude.
I'll play it by ear, dude. James Pond, come on, dude. He's talking
Did
to
you
you.
see Conor McGregor make a first pitch of the Cubs game? Yes, I did. Did you guys?
Yes.
I did.
He looked like he was just trying to throw it so hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No accuracy, not trying to like aim for the plate. He's just like, let me try to throw this as hard as I can and show my strength.
If I had to take a crack at it, one of two things. One, rigged. Did it on purpose to get a rise from everyone. It's all about him. It's McGregor. He's a showman. Or hammered on whatever whiskey he sells.
Proper 12.
Yes.
No, yeah, I think so. I think he was hammered, honestly. The sunglasses, he's in the suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on, dude.
I know. I knew Barnes like that.
But I don't know. I feel like whenever we talk about this, I say the most about it, kind of overpower, what you guys are saying. But in all seriousness, like his whole thing doesn't bother you, like just smallest amount, Tony.
Does it bother
The
me?
arrogance, it's all about him, the showmanship. I mean, it doesn't get you at all.
No.
Michael?
No. I understand what he's doing. He's making money.
Yeah, that's just a show, dude. It's what it is.
I guess that's why I don't like movies.
Not organic enough.
Not
No,
organic
it's,
enough.
that's not good, dude. No, it's stupid. What else you got? Kind of threw like a sissy. Wow, dude. I think it's funny how hold on, go back to the comments, dude. Comments, not brand. Not just saying, like 356 was the last time prefer comments. All of a sudden now 418, James Pond comes in.
Mm.
What are you trying to say?
They're the same person.
It's still the same person, dude. It's Burner's
And
account.
He never actually.
They've never been on together.
Never answered that question.
They've never been on together too.
James Pond, can you confirm that your name is not Prefer?
Prefer, can you confirm you're
Your
not
name
the
is not
Pond?
James
And
Pond.
I feel like Prefer is like kind of like a movie guy, it seems. So maybe he would have some type of like, because James Pond, James Bond. It's
He's like, oh yeah, this is my alter
dude,
ego.
it's my alter ego, James Pond.
do you
So
think?
hopefully they'll answer us before we conclude here. One other newsworthy story. Broncos linebacker Bradley Chubb, former first-round pick from a couple years ago, undergoes ankle surgery, out for an extended period of time. Does this set up the W for the Jets? You don't have that pressure coming off the edge. Becton out, obviously a big help for the Jets. What do you think, Tony?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm sure, Wilson's maybe a little relieved, but that's not a guaranteed win now.
But do you think it's big?
Yeah, sure, dude.
Michael?
Come on.
Yeah, 38-10.
38-10.
Wow. I mean, that would be quite the performance.
It would be.
Oh my God, I'm just so tired.
Dude. Here it is. What are you tired of, Barnes?
Lack of offense. I swear to God, Michael. I mean, when was the last time from all your years watching the Jets you remember where it was just so easy to score? Other than the Ryan Fitzpatrick
98.
That's it.
98.
Yeah.
And I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I have to watch highlights.
I don't know that.
Crazy. I mean, Curtis Martin, Wayne Corbett.
Oh,
even
Vinny.
Moss and Coles.
Those were good times. Yeah, it was all right.
Braylon had his cup of tea.
Yeah.
Santonio.
Decker.
Cup of coffee.
I really like Dustin Keller. It's a shame that he kind of drifted off quick. I'm not James.
Buffer.
All right, Buffer. Thank you for
confirming
this.
There was a little conspiration theory going on here.
Right. But now Buffer's commenting. James,
James Pond, where you at?
I'm kidding.
But I do think, Michael, I mentioned it already, but the Fitzpatrick year, pretty easy to score. I mean, Brandon Marshall, I think 15 touchdowns.
That was a fun year. Played on a broken ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Decker. I love that team too.
Marshall had a broken ankle?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
He was playing most of those games
with a broken ankle.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
You know what was ridiculous? I don't know if you remember this, but they played the Patriots toward the end of the year. Belichick purposely in overtime defers the coin toss and they end up winning the game. And it was also they didn't have to play. Forgot which team it was, but do you remember that at all?
Yeah. I just hate him.
Oh my God.
Just ever since he left that napkin on the table at dinner. You know about this?
Yes, the Jets.
Yeah.
But also I
never heard about this?
No, say it again.
Bill Belichick, how he quit the Jets organization after going to be named the head coach. He got named the head coach.
Right.
He went out to dinner with the owner and the GM or whatever. Wrote on a napkin, "I quit," and left. And then went to the bathroom. And then they were like, "Where is he?" And then they saw the napkin, opened the napkin, and that was it.
Wow, what a baller move!
And then look what he's done to the Jets all these years.
No,
I know. Good for him, dude.
I think he went into detail about this on the two Bills. I don't know. Did you see that documentary on ESPN?
No.
Parcells and Belichick. Actually, pretty good, even though it's a little too much camera time for Belichick for me. I mean, Parcells, though, I always like Parcells.
Former Jet coach, doesn't really have much of like a.
No, but it's weird. He's like bipolar. I swear. Sometimes he does.
Really?
It's crazy. But he basically just acts all like annoyed, like he hates the Jets, like he never wanted to take the job, and the only reason that he did is because he was like forced to. And it's just like, no, that's not what happened. You had no idea the Patriots were going to offer you the job, so you wanted the job. You just thought that was a better job, and now how he always wants to stick it to the Jets. It's like, stay in your lane, bro.
Yeah, I can't wait till it's over.
I think he's doing pretty well for himself.
Cool. Uncle Richie, that's the Irish goodbye.
Love a good Irish goodbye, dude.
Nothing like it.
Tony, I mean, I'm trusting that you are going to be impartial here, but I'm just curious because we haven't really brought this up. As far as the whole spy and Deflategate, where are you on that? The Patriots cheating. I mean, where do you fall on that side of the conversation?
I mean, it's tough, dude. I mean, where do I fall? I think it is cheating. I think deflating the ball is cheating.
Right.
I mean, obviously, the rule is pretty clear. Balls are set at a certain PSI. They're not at that PSI. Like, you're doing that intentionally.
Right. But is it like, I mean, do you question that, maybe they don't have as many Super Bowls during that time period? Because the Spygate was with the cameras.
Right. I don't know, dude. It's also pretty tough. It's like almost the same thing with the Astros,
Right.
It's like, how can you really dictate what could have happened?
But they only won one title. Patriots,
right.
6?
7? 6.
Brady Bucks.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's also another way to look at it too. People say, but I mean, you can cheat, I guess, but I mean, where's your sense of morality?
But I mean, like, is it like to the point where you don't feel like Belichick should be in the Hall?
I don't think so.
Like he should, or
no, I think he should be. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like.
I have a feeling almost like, I feel like a lot of people have James Pond's like almost, sense of the sport.
Cheating,
I feel like there's a lot more cheating going on that they're just not getting caught, But
why is it always them? That's the thing. And also there was a third thing, taping the Bengals sidelines a couple years ago. It's always them, and that is true.
No, yeah, I think you're right. It's only cheating if you get caught. There you go, Uncle Richie. Scott.
What did he mean by the Irish goodbye? By the way,
You know what
You've never done Irish
I
goodbye?
know what it is, but what was he
Bill
saying?
Belichick.
Bill Belichick did an
gotcha,
Irish goodbye.
All right, just wanted to
I got
double
it, Mike.
check that.
Thank you, dude.
But carry on.
Sorry, I can't talk.
No, good luck because you don't want to talk now. But once I want to talk, then you want to talk.
No,
over
no,
me. Yeah.
no.
What was I saying?
About Belichick.
Well, I mean, obviously, once you get caught first, I feel like you're on the radar. So you keep doing it, you're gonna get caught more. People are watching you like almost extra. I mean, all in all, I mean,
Try to get you.
all in all, I mean, cheating, getting caught or not, I mean, cheating is wrong. I mean,
Right.
but I mean, to try and say like, oh, like if you didn't cheat, you wouldn't have won a Super Bowl. You can't argue that. Obviously, they have talented athletes. Bill Belichick is a talented coach. He knows what he's doing. I mean, maybe they would have.
Barnes is just thinking like,
What do you want? What do you want them to do? You want them
Barnes
to
is
trip all the Super
thinking.
Bowls?
I know what Barnes is thinking.
Like,
Barnes
what
is
would you
basically
do?
saying like, oh, is he that great of a coach? Like because he's basically saying he's only been caught this many times. How many
Right.
times has? And you said there's cheating going on probably all
Right.
over. So what is it really? Is he really a good coach or is he really good at cheating? The
Well,
system.
if there's cheating going on all over,
So he's the best cheater?
wouldn't at that point kind of even out?
No.
No, why not?
Cheating is cheating. You said cheating's wrong. Cheating's bad.
Yes, but if
So then all of them
Mike,
should not be.
Mike, if you're looking at my play calls and I'm looking at your play calls, we know each other's play calls.
How do you?
Why am I
know
still winning?
You have a better cheating system.
I mean, all I have to say is, with Belichick, I honestly, in all seriousness, think right now he has something to prove because failed in Cleveland, got fired,
Mm-hmm.
and since Tom Brady left, his record stands at 8-10. So, what's he going to do this year? What's he going to do the rest of his coaching tenure? Will he ever win another championship? I mean, there's a lot to be said.
I really don't think so.
I mean, I think he will. You know, when you're out with friends and they are into the cups and you don't want to be there late, you say, I'm going to the bathroom and then go home.
And they won't remember anyway.
Yes.
Anyone.
That is correct.
What is it? I don't.
He's just explaining what an Irish goodbye is.
But he didn't understand.
Oh, they're
I
into
knew-
the cups. Like
Yes.
they're drunk.
Drinking.
Yes.
It's old jargon.
I'm not an old man.
I
like
know.
my Uncle Richie.
Well, I'm just trying to, learn. I'm
not an old man like Mike.
I'm not either.
But I don't know. I just think, what are you going to do now? Like if this year follows it up, let's say he
Well,
goes
it's tough,
7
dude.
and 10. I mean, how great of a coach is he? He had Tom Brady.
Well, yeah, of course. That's a huge factor.
Right. But I'm saying he acts and he's always carried himself by saying, it's my system. That's why we're good.
Right, of course. I mean, if the people you have aren't as good, if they can't live up to your system, I mean, how good is your system?
Well,
Then you have to adjust the system.
But also there's good and then there's Tom Brady.
right, and that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
his system was built around Tom Brady. Mac Jones cannot do what Tom Brady does. Cam Newton cannot do what Tom Brady does.
Right.
So obviously, if you built your whole offense, your whole system around Tom Brady, there's going to be some, adjustments made, and it's not going to be as useful with different pieces.
Right. And Michael,
Yes.
taking your Patriot hate, your Belichick hate out of the way, where are you in terms of his legacy, the cheating, and just his legacy in general, I guess?
I like what you're saying. Let's see how he finishes, and then we could decide.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just
How
like
many more
if he
years?
goes the next 5 to 8 seasons and doesn't make the playoffs, and it's just no Super Bowls, and it's just the complete opposite of the last 10 years. I mean,
the question has to be asked.
the question has to be asked.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, what an organic conversation.
Yeah.
Honestly. Really. That's
I was
what we
gonna
do
do-
here on the Sport
But
Report.
let me ask you this: what if next 5 years it's with Mac Jones, one Super Bowl, making the playoffs
So I think
every year, one Super Bowl?
if you're taking away the cheating aspect of it and just performance, I mean, that's fine. It's not going to be a black mark, but there's still.
No, I'm saying, would you consider him like one of the greatest coaches of all time if he brings Mac Jones to the Super Bowl and he wins?
Yeah, I mean, I already do, but I just think there's a black mark on his record. But
Oh,
I'm
of course,
saying-
naturally.
But I think if he really flamed out and and didn't have a winning record the next 5 years, I think that would really call into question. But just some stability,
Right.
He'll be fine. But I think the whole cheating aspect is always going to be there.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely gonna be a black mark, just like on A-Rod,
Right.
on Bonds, on McGuire, on the Astros. It's just the fact at this point, dude.
And the thing, though, I don't know what you think, but I just think he doesn't hear it enough. Like, it's like everyone just like, oh, he's the best coach in the league, best coach of all time. And, like, no one really talks about it that much.
I feel like nobody talks about Spygate.
No.
It's always Deflategate, and it's pretty dismissed.
Yeah. Oh, it was Brady's fault.
Yeah, like, what are we talking about, dude?
Yeah.
It's like the same thing, honestly, with the Astros. Tell me Garrett Cole didn't know about the cheating scandal. My ass.
He's just focused on the mound.
Yeah, my ass, dude.
Or it's more, I'm just focused on pitching.
Yeah.
The way he talks is so ridiculous.
Stop with the cheating, just an excuse if they are great. Stop.
No. Just how about if you're that great, no matter what sport you're playing, don't cheat. Is that easy?
No, yeah, really, though.
Win. So just like
Without
the Yankees, the Mets are going to do tonight. What a show. What a marathon, Tony. Anything on the way up?
I had something. Kind of lost it, though.
Michael?
Yeah. I had something, but I lost it.
No, you didn't. You lied.
No, I really did.
Fibber.
I did. I can't remember right now.
I did.
We'll come back to it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But as always, thank you to everyone for commenting, liking, subscribing, tuning in.
Oh.
You are a
Real
Bloodline
quick-
James Pond at the buzzer.
I was the biggest Belichick hater, but when they signed Jets, Danny Woodhead, and then made him into an all-star, my opinions got turned around. A bunch of babies just go out and beat them. Any excuse can be used. And on that note,
You guys are our bloodline. Everyone, enjoy your night. We'll see you
Mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline.